So let me get this straight. You got young thugger walking around wearing a dress, telling dudes that they look handsome on the internet. You got grown ass men wearing rompers, and then you have Willow and Jaden Smith shaving their heads and wearing dresses, but in the fucking inverse order. I can't stand millennials. I swear to God, I can't stand y'all. Y'all fucked up in the head, and I'll tell you why. Hi, my name is Black Privilege, and today we're gonna be talking about postmodernism and how you guys are some fucked up motherfuckers. Okay, look, it's not really your fault. Look, a while back ago, I did a video about this channel called The Grapevine. They had a roundtable discussion about religion and gender identity. They was talking about Hotep Brothers, you know, a black sect that talked about how we have to be gender essentialists, basically, to survive. Black woman has to be the queen, black man has to be the worker. Fine. It was a good conversation, and it got kind of cantankerous when the academics, the college-educated academics of that roundtable discussion started denigrating the spiritualists and saying that, well, how could you derive some kind of meaning from your gender identity? Gender is a social construct. A man could be a woman, and a woman could be a man. There's no real kind of masculinity. It's like you just have to be your natural self. That is called postmodernism. What is postmodernism? Well, I want to tell you, but it's going to take a while. I hope y'all bear with me. It's some kind of long story. Now, in the pre-Enlightenment era, like caveman times, God saw a woman, grabbed her by the head, take her to the cave, fuck her, have some kids. Now, that kind of developed for a while until we had great conquerors. Now, these great conquerors looked around and said, damn, killing everybody that disagrees with me is hard work. I need something to help these people behave themselves. And they came up with something. Religion. Religion told people to behave themselves while the great conquerors weren't around. Religion told people to be fruitful and multiply. Religion told people to be humble and calm and stay on the low in the cut because your salvation is going to come to heaven. Religion became the objective morality standard for a long time. That was going fine until the modern era. Now, the modern era was brought about by the illuminated ones, the Benjamin Franklins, the scientists, the rationalists, the John Locke, the Stuart Mills, the ones that said, if God isn't around when I need him, how do I know God's there? How do I know if there is a God? If there isn't a God, why should I behave myself? That line of questioning, that rationalist line of questioning led to the Enlightenment era. The Enlightenment era is where you ended up with philosophies of religion, where you ended up with values such as rationalism, capitalism, and individualism, individual liberty. You know, say what you need to say, speak your mind, say truth, Basically, the United States, all that shit. Capitalism, rationalism, and individualism. All right, that was the Enlightenment era. That was the modern era. Follow me so far, all right? Now, the problem with that is that Germany took the post-Enlightenment to a new era. It took it to a new level because it says that, well, if God is dead, then the state should be God. The state should tell a man when to wake up in the morning. The state should be the people that the man fights for because God is a myth. And that worked so well that they killed 6 million or 20 million people, which brought us to the post-Enlightenment era and postmodernism. Postmodernism is a bunch of assholes that rationalize, well, capitalism leads to exploitation of people and the land. Rationalism leads to self-destruction and nihilism and alienation. And individualism destroys a society. So they still wanted people to behave themselves, but they didn't know how anymore. So nothing means anything anymore. Postmodernism is a academic backlash against free market capitalism, rugged individualism, and rationalism, Aristotelian logic. So what does that have to do with Young Thugger, Jaden and Willow Smith and all that? Well, a lot. If there's no value structure, which is why y'all fucked up, if there is no value structure, then there is no need to be a man. There is no need to have any kind of affinity for your gender identity. There is no reason for you to get up in the morning and say, I'm a man. You could be whatever you want to be. There's nothing to believe in, which is, it's toxic. It's a toxic belief structure. And it is perpetuated by our academics. It is perpetuated by people in these universities who who are on government assistance, if you ask me, because college universities they don't have to make a profit. They are not a capitalistic society. They don't have to be rational. They don't have to be individualistic. They want you to behave yourself and they want to get their check. But that's another subject. Postmodernism is trolling objective reality. Postmodernism is trolling masculine identity. Why masculinity in particular? Because masculinity is its own religion. Masculinity is a belief structure that will have a man hold sand in his hands and squeeze it tight, metaphorically, because I'm a man and I'm not going to fail at my task. A postmodernist will tell you, well, sand is falling out of your hands, so you get it so far? There's problems with the postmodern philosophy. Now, the good thing is that postmodernism, since there is no real objective morality, there is no objective standards of masculine and feminine behavior, then the best thing for you to do is to uplift the weak and to bring down the strong. You know what I'm saying? Which is good, because since we are African Americans in this society, we're kind of at a disadvantage. Postmodernists say, well, we have to uplift the black. Good. The bad part about that is that they expect us to lift everybody that's above us too. So like if a taxi cab driver is having trouble with Uber, they expect the African American community to turn their backs on capitalism and hold up picket signs saying that the government has to intervene to protect these cab drivers who won't pick us up and won't sell us medallions so that we could be cab drivers. See that? It's kind of fucked up. They expect us to help everyone above us, thereby destroying our political identity. Another thing that postmodernism does to the black community in particular is that it establishes that since there is no kind of individual liberty, there is no meaning in you being you, you get these people who want to be helpless all the time. Since there is no kind of good alpha male status, you have to be a beta male your entire life. You have to be a social justice warrior. You have to continually be oppressed. You have to continually be weak. You have to continually fight against the strong, against the weak. It makes weakness the new standard of achievement, which is why you're seeing a lot of these millennial college students attack white professors, white establishments. Oh, I need my safe space. They're turning victimology into the new strength. That's why you're fucked up in the head. That's why men are walking around wearing dresses. That's why men are around saying that, oh, a man could have a baby. A woman could be a man. Oh, I'm a woman even though I have a penis and some titties and shit. You get what I'm saying? No value structure means no value in masculine identity, because masculinity is the last religion. That is postmodernism. And lastly, I just want to say this. I am an ultra-modernist. I understand postmodernism. I understand the arguments about helping the weak, but I don't consider it my obligation to be a weak man. I mean, I recognize weakness in men. I just don't see why me wallowing around in helplessness is going to help anybody. That's kind of narcissistic if you ask me. Furthermore, I'm not holding any picket signs for any fucking race. I'm not holding up picket signs for the Muslim community when I know black slavery is still going on in Libya. Fuck out of here. This Islamophobia shit, all right? So check your politics. If your politics is shrouded in postmodernist doctrine of there is no objective standards of being a man, you're going to see more men wearing dresses. You're going to see black people hold up picket signs for the Latino community, the Muslim community, when those communities don't even like us. Check your premises. Check your identity. Stop with this fucking learned helplessness. Stop being a victim your whole life. Stop this academic bullshit called postmodernism, and you'll probably be better off. This was kind of long. Take it to heart. It's your boy Black Privilege, and I'm signing out.